Well, joining us live now for a discussion of Nigeria and indeed Africa's freedom from the wild polio virus is a public health physician, Dr. Suleiman Mshelia. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7. Today is quite historic because less than a decade ago, Nigeria accounted for more than half of all global cases of wild polio. But that is history today. Now let's talk about how that happened, how we navigated the widespread rumors and misinformation about the vaccine, which at some point slowed down immunization efforts.
Thank you for having me. Indeed, I would like to join everyone to congratulate Africa and indeed Nigeria for becoming polio-free. It's been a very tough journey to get to this point. Vaccine hesitancy is a big challenge, not only in regards to polio, but in regards to any other public health intervention, because the perception about vaccine or any intervention is critical for its uptake. Polio has suffered a lot of setback in terms of vaccine hesitancy, which is underpinned by mistrust. Community members feel the vaccine causes sterility or the side effects cause a lot of problems. So Nigeria has suffered a lot of problems in terms of vaccine hesitancy. We've been able to overcome vaccine hesitancy by leveraging on the use of traditional and religious leaders. Traditional and religious leaders have played a very big role in ensuring that the vaccine uptake in areas of refusal is being addressed. This is because the traditional and religious leaders have built trust with the community members, so the polio eradication efforts had to use the traditional and religious leaders to be able to address vaccine hesitancy. Another method that was used, which has worked in Nigeria, is the issue of voluntary community workers or indigenous voluntary workers in terms of polio. Why? Because if members that go for the vaccination or polio workers that go for the vaccination are people that are known by the communities, then they'll be able to trust the vaccine, because vaccination is a trust issue. So in areas like Kano, they were able to use a lot of community members that were well known by the communities, and that way it improved the acceptance of the vaccine. So vaccine hesitancy was a really big problem, but we're able to overcome the challenge by using community leaders and then religious leaders to overcome this barrier.
Indeed, the vaccinators, about 200,000 of them volunteers to join that course and ensure that Nigeria can tell the story we are today. But then we are also told that wild polio can return if it's imported, and it can spread rapidly among under-immunized populations. How do we, not just as a country, but as a continent, ensure we don't let down our defense?
Indeed, cross-border movement is a big challenge in terms of ensuring that Nigeria stays polio-free. It's the same challenge with Afghanistan and Pakistan. They are neighboring countries. They are the two remaining countries that still have polio in the world. And cross-border movement across these two countries has posed a lot of challenge for those two countries. If Nigeria needs to stay polio-free, then we need to ensure that we institute cross-border polio surveillance. And how can we do this? We can do this by ensuring we have cross-border consultative meetings with the neighboring countries to share information, to give technical support to each other. And most importantly, if we're able to institute the use of vaccination cards at our border points, to be able to check and see unvaccinated children that are coming into the border of Nigeria are vaccinated at the border before they enter. If we're able to institute this cross-border surveillance, we'll be able to checkmate the influx of cases coming into Nigeria. Secondly, within the context of Nigeria, we need to strengthen our immunization program. We need to facilitate the drive of immunization, our routine immunization systems, our national immunization days. We need to see how we can continue to sustain that effort in order to see to it that Nigeria becomes or remains polio-free.
Indeed, we can't afford to go back to where we were coming from as a country. Public health physician Suleiman Mshelia, thank you for talking to us on TVC News at 7.
Thank you for having me.